Hey guys, this is Unai from Unair Games, and I'm here with my good friend Borja. He is the lead tester at the Eagles. We've been playing this game for how long, Borja?
It's been a few years through different iterations. So, yeah, quite a while, quite a while. Hi, everyone. I'll be your guinea pig today, as I've been for the better part of the last 3, 4 years, I would say.
Probably more. I think it's more like 7, isn't it? Maybe you
Could
didn't join
be,
from the
could be.
beginning, but it's quite a long run, and we've been mostly testing the game together and playing together. We are we've been long friends for a while, since we were teens. So this is also a good excuse to catch up regularly. And recently we've been paying to provide some kind of like let's play demo or something. So this was not very much prepared. We will be
Oh, it'll
sending
be totally
copies,
unscripted.
completely
It'll be the
unscripted, you
real
can
deal.
probably tell. So we basically are going to be shipping demos to professional people that can do this job better than we can. But for now, we will have to do. So, without further ado, let's go straight into the TTS mode. This is how we've been testing the game, and now I hope that you all can see it. We have set up a game for you guys. There is two decks here, the Maxwell deck that Borja is going to be playing and the employee deck, and I think it's worth doing a quick reminder of the basic rules so that everybody's on the same page. But just remember that in the demo, in the website, you're gonna have access to TTS and the rulebook and the same decks that we're gonna be playing. So I hope this is familiar to you. So, what is this game about? Basically, I'm gonna be taking the role of employee. Borja is gonna be a supercomputer. So the story behind it is that I am an employee and I go to my office right thing in the morning on a Monday. And what I find is there is a letter from the management telling us that all the management has been replaced by a supercomputer. And that is what Borja is going to be doing. So my goal as an employee is collecting 3 productivity awards that we call them. These are the 3 victory points that I need in order to prove that I'm a productive employee and I'm not just an idle employee, right? Borja is going to be competing with me trying to score these 3 productivity awards. And if we look at his deck, and I'm going to be hiding the UI very soon. But once you look at this deck, there's a few cards like this one that have star symbol. So in particular, there are 6 cards in his deck that have star symbol. So if he gets 3 of these, he wins. I get 3 of them, I win. The actions are fairly similar on both sides. We have 3 actions at the beginning of the turn. So we gain 3, we play the 3 of them, and then we pass on the turn. He's gonna go first, and then I go second, and then we take just alternated turns. The 3 different actions, you have them here. If you look at the center section, it is gonna be about executing, which is playing a card, plus another card per energy spent. I will explain the energy in a sec. Cap up is gain 1 coin plus 1 per energy spent. Prep is draw 1 card, plus 1 per energy spent. And then finally, I, as an employee, can grind, which is the most important action of the game. So, what is the energy? This is probably the weirdest part of the game. The energy is this resource that accumulates. Whenever you play cards to the right of it, you augment your energy cap. So, if you have 2 cards to the right, whether they are face up or face down, then at the beginning of the turn, you will gain this amount of energy, right? The energy can be used to boost actions, as we've seen, so multiply them in a way, or it can be used to do particular abilities that some cards have. When you spend some energy, you just move it to the left of your character. So in Borja's case, this would mean he's got 2 energies, so from his character 1 and 2. And then if he spends 1, he will move it back here. That's about it. So that's the core idea. There's more in the rulebook. I don't want to take too long. I'm gonna go straight and explain the 2 characters that we have. Borja's character, he's an early game powerhouse. He starts with a few coins, so 3 coins. And then his ability, his special ability is after he plays the first program card each turn, he can tap this one, so you can only do this ability once per turn, and gain 1 energy. So potentially, even from the first turn, you remember this one, Borja, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So from the first turn, you can start doing a lot of stuff because it means that virtually, if you play a program, you actually have one more action to go. My
Yeah, so my
ability,
ideal
yeah,
strategy will be playing at least one program every turn and then tapping my character card so that I can reap the benefits of getting energy without having to wait for the next turn, basically.
yeah, and there's a bunch of cards in your deck that do that. My ability, on the other hand, is quite similar. So these are probably the two slowest decks in the game. Let's hope that this game doesn't drag on for too long. But I think these are very good starter decks. So I tap my character and I play an asset card. Kind of similar to yours in a way. I have like some kind of asset card economy. If I replace another card in play, which whenever we come to it, I will explain what replacing is, I draw a card. So I can sort of have this impulse of consuming my own cards and building up like a large board with assets. The other thing that my character does in a very interesting way, he's the one that can't hold the most assets in the entire game at the moment, so he can hold up to 5 assets. So I'm gonna try to build this asset board, which is easier said than done. So let's get on with the starting caps. I have 4, you have 3. You can probably ping yours. And yeah, you get 3, and then we go. First hand, 4 cards. We can take a mulligan, so we can return as many cards as we want to the top of the deck, and then draw as many cards. Borja is probably looking forward to not having many points in his hand and having some supervisors that will protect him. I'm looking forward to having at least one skill. And actually, I'm gonna take this hand. I like it.
Okay, I've done a 2-card mulligan, and I should be ready.
So, beginning of your turn, you draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
You gain energy. There is no energy to be gained because you have no cards to the right of your character card.
Correct. All right, so I'll start with my first action, which will involve. Oops.
Thank you for showing me that.
Let's randomize it. There we go. TTS always doing its best to help. Right, so I'm going to play my first card here as my first action.
Yeah, you need to right click, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
there
here
we
we
go. Okay, so now I've got 2 remaining actions. As we saw earlier, my character has got a special ability that I can use every turn. Yeah, after I play my first program card, which we know this is a program card, I'm going to go ahead and tap it, which will earn me 1 beautiful energy point. Now, as for my second action, what I want to do here, because I'm wide open and I'm very unprotected, so ideally I should have supervisors in my hand, which lucky for me I do, and I'm going to use 1 action and 1 energy point to play 1 plus 1 card. Yeah, 1 from my action and 1 from my energy.
2
And we can
supervisors, I
go.
guess.
That would be
Okay.
correct. Here's the first one. Here's the second one, which leaves me with 1 single action. And this is usually one of the toughest parts of this game, and what will probably separate the decent players from the really good ones is what to do when you have spur actions and no plan to advance, right? Like, do you earn more resources? Do you keep going?
All right, man.
So
You're
what
gonna
I'm
get
gonna do,
1 coin, right?
yeah, I need to, I think I'm gonna earn a coin or draw a card. I never really know. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a card, and that will be the end of my. If it
Okay.
wants to draw me a card.
Good, good.
There we go, and that should be the end of my turn.
I get my 3 actions. I draw my initial card, and interesting. All right, so here's my. So he could be bluffing here, right? Because he could be setting up a program with a point and just hoping that I don't try to get it. But I'm gonna say that this is not a bluff. Furthermore, I'm gonna say that he probably has a point in hand, considering he's got like 6 cards already played. So 6 out of 30. There's a good chance he's got a point in hand. So I think I'm gonna try to go in here. But first, I will use my character ability, and I'm gonna deploy my color pack. In the game, the real game, there's only border caps, but we're using dice because it's quicker in Tabletop Simulator. So the color pack will let me place basically three caps here, and every time I lose Overwork each turn, I tap and replace. Good time to explain Overwork when I grind. So just give me a second. That will be the first, and it's costing me 1 cap. The second action, sorry, that wasn't my first one. That was my tap action. My first action is going to be getting this guy out. He's going to give me extra actions every turn. And now I'm going to go ahead and use Sumpt, which is an event that says I grind, so I have to choose a target, and I will choose grind here. And I add 3 caps to the Overwork. The Overwork is a temporary amount of money that I can use to pay for whatever happens during this grind attempt, and if I don't use it, I lose. However, I'm going to put these 3 as well from this card that I could use. Whenever you grind, you may add any amount of caps in this card as my coins to my Overwork, so I'm using 6 coins, and if I lose them, instead of losing them, I'm going to gain them as money at the end of the war because of this swamped card. So, do you want to reveal what's here and pay for
Right,
it?
so here comes my choice, where my god is faced. Basically, my supervisor is being poked. I've got the decision to make whether to activate it or just let it go. For the sake of the game, I'm going to activate it. It's going to cost me 3 caps, which
Nice.
will bring my bank to 0, basically.
Yeah.
And as we can see, my supervisor has got an activated ability, which says the employee discards a random card.
That's the first thing that has to trigger when he activated. And the random card means that you grab 1 card from my hand. I already shuffled, so you just pick 1. No, that is bad news for me. Right, so I have to discard this card, but then I keep on going, right? So I have to discard another card. You know what? It was the same. And then I have to pay 2 for each card in hand Max has more than me or in the action. So that would mean that because I have 3 0 cards, I will have to pay 6. And to be honest, I can't be asked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this action. So in the action. And then I'm going to get all this money back as caps because of my card. I still have 2 actions. No, I have 1 action. I didn't count that one. And my last one is going to be just drawing a card. There you go. You'll go.
Okay, so we start the turn as usual by...
Right. So before you drew or anything, you had the choice to activate any amount of inactive programs cards in play. So you could have activated this. I know you don't have any more money, so...
If only I had any money.
Yeah.
There you go. So my character card goes back to normal, basically.
Yeah.
Gets restarted.
And that is, by the way, how he scores points. If he activates a program card which has the victory point in it, he will score it.
That's it. And we'll never know because I've got 0 coins. So again, I've started off a little bit slowly here. Ideally, I would have liked to activate this so I could either get 1 victory point or some sort of economy going on. But there's no use crying over spilled milk. So let's keep going. Now I'm earning 1 energy at the beginning of the turn. Due to having played the program earlier. It does not need to be activated, so it's going to count as 1 extra energy. Now my first action will involve earning 2 caps. Basically, I'm going to use 1 energy point to go up to 2.
All right.
Again, not ideal. Not ideal. My second action is going to involve playing
Interesting.
a program. Okay, so that brings me up to one action.
Yeah.
I am now.
You tap that one as well, right? To gain the energy.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. And now I really don't know what to do with this energy. I'm gonna go ahead and, I mean, it's a bit of a slow turn, building economy. I'm gonna go up to 4 caps. So
Yeah.
1 from the action, 1 from the energy.
It's not too bad really because you are deploying stuff that I have to check eventually.
Yeah. I'm advancing my game plan basically, albeit a little bit slower than I would have liked. But yeah, that
Fair
would be
enough.
your turn now.
All right, I get my energy back, and we can probably speed this a bit. So interesting. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, because it's easy, I'm gonna be playing my third one. By the way, at the beginning of my turn, I should have gotten one extra action, and now I'm playing this with my character ability, so I still have 4 actions, right? The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna draw another card. Okay, let's go with this. So I'm gonna play this, which says whenever I grind, I add 1 coin to my overwork, unless this card is tapped, and then I tap it when I fail a grind. So I have a bit of an engine right now here with this and this, right? Because this will, every time I lose overwork, I replenish coins caps here, and this one will actually give me caps whenever I grind. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to be grinding with this. So, and I think I cheated you. I should pay for this. Yeah. So I'm gonna be adding 3, and I'm gonna be grinding here.
Well, as there's no supervisor in place, that's all yours to check.
And I add 1 more for the tier sheet board, and I check it out. And this is brilliant because I can actually discard it for 1. So this is gone to discard power, and now I am gonna be winning this back again because of my swamped ability. And this is your turn.
All right. Well, at the very least, we can now activate something. So I'm going to go ahead and lose 1 coin. Right. It is 1 coin that I pay, and then since the activation happens before the turn begins, if I'm not mistaken, I will gain this coin back.
Yep.
As part of the beginning. There we go. So we start with 4 coins. This goes back to normal, and we've got 3 actions.
Yeah. So he's going to be getting 1 coin every turn for this. But also he's going to be getting the energy from having it in the board. So
that is very true. So we go back to having 1 energy. Now we're in a bit of a pickle again. So the first thing I'm going to do with my first action is play another program card. Then by using and abusing my character ability, I will earn 1 energy, which puts me at 2 energy right now.
Yeah. He's going quite wide, and that's kind of his character, and all the characters play the same. He's got this incentive of going wide, but the wider you go, the more you lose your ability to protect.
Yeah, and that is why I'm going to use. This is tough. Okay, here's where the strategic mind comes into play. You need to sort of like play ahead a few turns in your mind. So I'm going to only use 1 energy and 1 action to draw 2 cards. Which will allow me to play my last action, which will be 1 energy plus 1 action to play 2 cards. Hold on. We're going to go with 1. And 2.
Good.
And that should be my turn. Done and dusted.
Good. So I'm getting my free action for this one. I'm getting my free draw for that one. So I draw one, and then I will draw another one. That's it, right? Right. So I have 4 actions, and there is a good chance this might already be something interesting that I want to grab. And now this is what my character comes through, right? Because I could tap, I could play an asset card, and because I'm full, right? Generally I could have 5 assets in play, but because of this one, my maximum asset card limit is decreased by 1, so I can only have 4. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace this one. So when I replace it, I throw the other one away, and I replace it by something new. And 2 things happen. 1, I gain the replacement gain on the bottom right side of the card, so I gain 3 cups, which means I'm at 10. And secondly, because I replace it with my character, I draw another card. So you can see how I'm going to be rotating through my deck. Okay, let's go. So
that should be your first action, right?
No, I used it with my character. No. So my first action is going to be about playing. Actually, I'm going to be playing this. So I'm going to be replacing as well, and cost 2. I gain 2, so basically we stay the same, but I place 3 here. Now I spend 1 action and one of these caps, and I grind here. If I succeed, I will gain 3 caps back. And because of this one, I'm going to place 1 overwork.
Okay, so just like before, I'm going to activate it and pay 3 coins.
Yeah.
The caps.
You draw a card.
I'll draw a card now.
And then I have to deal with this, so I lose 1 per 1 cap per card. Max has in hand more than me. That's 4 versus 2. I lose 2. And now I could pay 3 or end the action. Which I'm going to do. I'm going to pay my overwork, and then I'm going to pay another 2. And then I can see what this is about. And like for me, there was my first point. 1-0. Yeah. You could have seen the color, right? It was super risky, man. It was super risky.
Yeah. Very risky, but I had to do it. I mean, gotta play the cards, otherwise.
It was a very
risky. They sit in my hand. They're not very useful either, right?
I don't know. That was too much, man. I had like too many coins, too many caps. You didn't have the momentum here, but I can still keep on going. So I recover 3 from here, and now I'm going to be grinding here. And once again, because I succeeded, I can still place my overwork.
Okay, I will not activate that supervisor.
Okay, then I grab this one. You don't know what it is. I do know what it is. And there's nothing I can do about it, so it goes back to you. I lose my overwork, but I still gain 3. And now finally, I could do this, and for 6. Is it worth it? I think you have another point in hand. If I manage to score 2-0, you're as good as done, I think. So I'm gonna go here. The activation effect doesn't trigger, but the first hand sickle icon triggers, which says discard a card. So I have to discard a card, but I can choose which one. And this is gonna be that one. And now I pay 2 for each card Max has in hand more than me. So you got 4, I got 1, I paid 6. And now I get to reach a card from your hand, by the way. Boom. Okay, this is interesting. So this is not a point, but it will still net me some gain. So if you look at the center right hand size of the card, this is the reward that I get from reaching it, which means I get 2 coins plus 3 from the successful grind here from the Frigonator. And then this returns back to you. I cannot discard it. So basically cards give me, if I reach a card, it gives me coins. If I reach an event, it usually gives me nothing. And if I reach a program, it could either be a point or something I could discard. And I think I'm done, right? So I'm quite healthy. 11 cards.
There we go. All right, so I've got nothing to activate, so my activation step is skipped.
But you get the energy
start
though.
the turn by getting the energy, getting 1 card, and this will lend me 1 neat cap. Okay. Now, that's when we have to think again. As you've seen, I've not been very lucky with my first few cards, yeah, I did try to go white too early, but there's a few things that we can do now.
I mean, you got 4 actions effectively. Plus 1 from new character, so that's 5. You can deploy a whole lot of stuff. And remember, you can replace existing cards in place or even existing programs, and you will gain whatever is on the bottom right side, you gain it, and then it goes back to your hand.
Yeah. So owing to that, let's try. Okay. I'm going to use 1 energy and 1 action. This could backfire.
Okay. I hope so.
Gotta do it. To play 2 cards, basically. So I'm going to play. No, actually. No. Okay. So I am going to. The first card I play is going to be something face down.
Yeah. By the way, you had 3. So this is your first action, right?
Yeah, it's my first action. And
but you probably want to play 2 in a row, right?
Exactly. So we go like this.
And
now
then you recover it.
Correct.
And you gain 1 for the one you return to your hand, which I already did for you.
Okay, perfect. Now we're going to use another energy and another action to play. This does not happen very often, but we're going to play 2 events in a row.
Nice.
Okay, so this card says
gain 2+1 per opponent card in play, so that's 8. It's a lot.
So there we go. Now we've got some economy. We go up to 11. And as for my last action, I'll place a beautiful, beautiful card, Supervisor, where... Okay, let's leave it there.
All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
Nice.
Now, at least we've got money now.
And I have some decisions to make here. So let's go reset everything. I draw 1 card and I draw another one for this, and I gain 1 action for this. That's 4. And all right, now we're cooking. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of cards all the time.
I think we've both run out of cards, basically.
Really. But now you're sort of out of cards, so I can quite cheaply grind here. I don't lose any money, and I only have to pay 3. And at least I can check if this is a point, which is not. And it says reached. Max gains 1 unless this card is already active. It's not active, so you gain 1 coin. But it was worth a check. And I did it with this one. The reason why I did it, so I recovered my 3 coins. And now this is wide open, so I can replace it. Which I'm going to do. Now I'm going to tap, and I'm going to replace this Frigonator to gain 2. And draw another card. So, all the way to 13. Good position. This is when it gets Rowdy. I know I have to go in here. I really know that. And there's
Very well guarded, though.
well guarded, but there's probably could have give you 1 point. Could afford to give you 1 point.
You're in no rush.
Yeah. Actually,
I've
no.
got no
I'm gonna.
cards
You know what
after
I'm
all.
gonna do is I'm gonna play this one here. I get 1 overwork from my tier sheet board, and then I have to discard 1 card, which is gonna be this one, which is fine. But then I paid 2 for card Max has in hand more than me. That's nothing. And now I get to see what you have here, which is another point. Yes.
Yep, that was a risk.
2-0, which means that you may have another point here, but I don't really necessarily care that much. But I'm still very healthy, so I am going to be grinding here. Do you want to activate?
Hold on. Yep, why not? Gotta protect the little things I've got.
Okay, remind me to get my overwork from the tier sheet board that I didn't. Because I succeeded in every grind, I don't use it up. So you could gain 3 and draw a card, and then you.
You can pay 2.
I can pay 2, and then I can pay 2 or in the action. I'm gonna pay the 4.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna grab. If I get a point, which is unlikely, I'd say. That's GG for me. It's not a point, but I have to show you this. It's 2 coins that I'm gonna be gaining. So it's good to know. And then, man, do I go in here? Do I go in here, or do I develop
high
my
risk,
board?
high reward?
I could have the game at my fingertips right here. I could have it, but I also want to do something else. I'm gonna play it slow and say 1, 2, 3, 4. Unionize. Now I have a skill. Now we'll start gaining energy, which is what I was missing to really build an engine. And I pass it over to you.
All right.
Do you activate?
So, I'll activate both of my programs. We've seen this one before. I'll pay 1, then gain it back. So basically, I'll be there, and I will activate my first point of the game, which is.
I knew it.
Dewitt Town. I'll go down to 7, and then I'll earn some extra actions. So I'll gain 1 action plus 1 extra action per active program card in play, which that nets me a nice extra 3 actions for this turn, which ideally should be a power spike. Let's see, because I only have 1 card.
You need to start drawing through that deck, huh?
Now, this is something quite interesting because
you gain the
energy. I'll gain it, but I only have 1 extra energy if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
Like that's what happens when there is a gap. Yeah. Now, my first action, we can afford to play it slowly. Now, my first action is going to involve drawing 2 cards from my action and my energy.
By the way, this is super awkward with Tabletop Simulator. It really makes the game seem way more confusing than it really is when you're actually playing it physically, with all the different triggers and things and dices.
Oh, yeah, it's way easier when you're when you've got your hands to use instead of this. And much more physical as well, like the dodge help.
Partially because I think like one of the most interesting aspects of this game is really looking at your opponent and making the readings and stuff. So there is like a very social aspect to it, which is completely lost here in TTS.
Okay, my first action will involve playing 1 program, and I'll activate my character ability to earn back that energy. And okay, there's a few things that we can do now. We can. Okay, I'll use another action to draw 2 cards
Mm-hmm.
with my extra energy. Okay. Now we're talking. We've got 3 actions. The first one.
13 cards left in your deck.
We'll
And
play a program.
15 in mine. Good.
We will play a supervisor. And we will earn 1 cap.
Yeah.
Okay, not the best turn.
I mean, you scored
Not the best turn, but you know,
you done?
we're kind of heading into the late game now, and
Yeah.
each mistake could be quite important, really quite critical.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
All right. So I gain my usual 4 actions, including this one. I draw my usual 3 cards, which is not too bad. And I gain my energy, so I'm good to go. And I add 1 more counter to this one. I could return an active supervisor, which may be interesting actually. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be cheeky. I'm gonna be very, very cheeky. I'm gonna use this, spend 1 energy, tap, use all the tokens here, and then I'm gonna return this one to your hand because it's costing 3. Now I will tap this one, replace, and gain me 3. My first real action is going to be about grinding here.
Okay.
And I gain 1 overwork because of my tier sheet board. So with the overwork and 3, I can destroy this card of yours. So paying 4, which is in the center of the card. What that means is even if you wanted to activate this one, you couldn't, because in order to play or activate cards, they need to be connected. Connected means you can run a trace from your character to the card. So this one you couldn't activate, this one you couldn't activate, this ones you can activate, right?
Mm.
So I don't have to worry about that one because I already destroyed the link. And now I can grind here and hope for the best.
Okay, so we will pay the price and
yeah.
So the employee chooses up to 2 as a cards in play, and then discard one of them. Okay.
You discard one of these.
Okay, I'm going to discard the hanky saw because it's been quite powerful in this game.
Yeah. Not too bad. Yeah, and then I pay 3. Plus 3 if I have less than 3 extra cards in play. So only 3. And you go on to the next one.
And now I'm in a big pickle because I cannot activate that supervisor.
I know which one that is, and I think you just fuck yourself up, and I'm gonna be, because he doesn't activate it, I can go next, move on, and this is a point. So, GG. Admittedly, you were a bit rusty. We were both a bit rusty.
Yeah, a little bit. I also got a little bit unlucky from the first 4 programs that I drew. 3 were points, so I had to discharge some of them.
We're going back to the camera,
it is
so
one of the...
stop picking your nose, please. Thank you.
It is one of those things that, you can't really sort of like predict, right? Like what kind of programs you're going to have in hand. So you've got to be careful with your mulligan, because I thought about returning all of my points, which I did, but then I drew 2 more. So luck can
you pushed it too much,
the way
man.
You play.
And also with your character, you need to sort of bait me into you need to play with my FOMO of actually missing your points and bait me with these like low cost cards so I can
Mm.
keep on grinding. You know, like with this one that are like slide traps that I don't want to discard. So like the strip mall, if I reach it and it's inactive, you gain coins, and I probably don't want to discard it as four. So you gotta bluff it a bit more. But yeah, I think like we haven't been playing this game for like what 2 months now, so we're both a bit rusty, really.
Yep, but that's basically how the game can, come and go. Admittedly, there can be big swings in the turn, and I do think if I didn't calculate it. I should have calculated how much it would cost me to activate both supervisors on this lane. And with one more cap, I would have been able to activate the Mullet Collector, which would have ended your action, and had
Yeah.
you would not have had the enough caps, basically the economy to attempt a second grind at this lane in this turn,
Mm-hmm.
which would have put me in a decent position.
Yeah.
But alas, I didn't calculate that one cap. When a game's all about skill, just one coin, one cap can be the difference between surviving or losing the game on the spot.
All right, man. Thank you very much. That was a good game for a game that we haven't played in so long, and looking forward to more. Yeah, to be fair, we've been like trying out the next thing a lot more intensively. So changing the mindset back to the idols is a thing. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that was kind of clarifying to everybody that was interested in knowing how the game plays out. And I really hope that you guys have the chance to try it. You can do it with same deck, same TTS mode. So yeah, looking forward to your thoughts on that one. And without further ado, I think we can say goodbye, yeah?
All right, cheers everyone. I'll get my revenge next time.
See you soon.